So I want to talk about old-fashioned vegetable production and differentiate between a few things and explain the role of fertilizers and pesticide and the way and the time that these vegetables are harvested and stored and handled. I think if you're shopping here already, you're probably pretty concerned about chemicals. So, Roundup, we're all pretty familiar with how horrid that is. We've heard a lot of talk about pesticides that are used, most of which are neurological agents. They're neurological disablers in insects, and they're just terrible for you. One of the ones that doesn't get talked about a lot is fertilizer, and I wanted to address that. Fertilizers don't poison you from a toxicity perspective so much. They're not great, but what they do is they create a plant that is spoiled. You're giving it exactly what it wants. The plant does not have to go looking for it. And it also inhibits the natural uptake of really important things like copper and zinc and iron. It's what happens when you take vegetables and you treat soil like it should be the maximum producer of food. You can get more pounds of carrots off your soil, but they'll be so out of balance because you've interfered in the soil microbiology world that they're not able to balance you. And so this causes pretty serious health problems. And actually, somewhat counterintuitively, your body's actually able to survive some neurological pesticides better than it can survive totally imbalanced nutritional uptake. And so most of the digestive problems afflicting North America right now are a result of all of the food you're eating, like everything being unbalanced in its nutritional profile. Even in the organic vegetable industry, you're going to have people saying, okay, we'll use organic certified fish fertilizer. You're still trying to treat ground like it should make the most amount of something, and you're shipping, emulsified fish from the ocean into the prairies, and that's not normal. And you're getting a product that just doesn't have that, it just doesn't have carrotness. If you just give it everything, it's like giving a child everything they could ever want. And they don't end up being salt of the earth children. And you want carrots that have carrotness and beets that have beetness. Of course, your soil has to have some life, some tilth, some fertility in it, but you shouldn't be pushing it to the max with synthetic inputs, organic or otherwise. Carrots, people have forgotten what root vegetables are supposed to taste like because we're getting them grown in BC. So BC has a really productive climate, California is very productive, but they're productive because they're warm. And so when you get root vegetables grown in warm climates, yes, very productive volume-wise, but nothing will compete with a carrot harvested late in the season, not when it's all perfectly orange and sleek, but when it's starting to get a bit of a rind on it and the frost has come and the greens are dying down a bit and it's sending all its life into the carrot for winter. When you pull that carrot out of the ground, that's flavor. And that's what you're looking for in a vegetable. You want a plant that's had to fight for its existence and gets to live its full life. And then when we take our carrots and put them in a root cellar, they'll last from October till the following July when the baby carrots are coming again. We've had beets last for 14 months in a root cellar and onions last for 15 months in a root cellar. There should be a safety net built into our culture where we're storing our own food, good food, close to our homes, close to our communities. We shouldn't be relying on carrots coming from California. It's one supply chain away from a disaster. And so from a socioeconomic perspective, from a health perspective, from an agricultural perspective, from an environmental perspective, it really just makes a big difference how you grow your vegetables. And I think organic obviously is much better than not organic, but better than organic, we call it Harvest Haven certified, is just doing things the the old-fashioned way. And I don't mean no technology. I don't want to be superstitious about what heading into the past. I like technological advancements, but I don't want to lose what is historically normal and good, and I think that that's happening. So come buy our stuff instead.